Hey everybody, it's Stafford G coming to you from the pier at Ball Harbor. Beautiful afternoon, just out on my bike ride. I wanted to do a little short video. I've mentioned in the past videos that there's certain things that happened to me in my life that not so much to do with business, but to things that have happened to me that I went through. And a major one that I wanted to address was having my hips replaced. It was a big ordeal. It's kind of actually I found this place in Miami from coming here to have injections into my hips of human growth hormones that I had when I was, this is back in 2003, where I came here to a doctor who runs a clinic, and it is something that he did human growth hormone injections with oxygen. The only reason your hips don't heal and cartilage can't heal is because there's no oxygen inside your body. So basically, he had a way of injecting oxygen along with the human growth hormones, which in return allowed cartilage to grow. And I stayed for a month of November. We were here over Thanksgiving in 2003, and I had these injections done, and very expensive. They were like $700 each in each leg, and I had 2 to 3 a week for almost 3 weeks. But it was funny because and I knew it was working with people. I knew people that had it done, and it was successful with they had their cartilage grow back. So the thing was it was like, for me to witness that, I felt very confident that it was going to work with me. And long story short, it didn't work. And there are several reasons that down the road we thought about it, but so I was on crutches because he didn't want me weight bearing once he started the injection. So I was on crutches for literally 12 months. I flew back to St. Thomas, and it made life miserable because my hips got worse and worse as time progressed. So it was like the more time that happened, the worse that my legs became. It was like I became less mobile. So by the time I actually figured out that I had to go to Europe, Belgium, when I figured out where I was going to go, I couldn't move. I literally had no movement in my hips, so I was in bad shape. But I was so confident in this doctor that I was going to see, and that he had the ability to do total hip replacements, both hips, same day. It was just an incredible situation. But we flew over there, and the whole experience was just a blessing. It was wonderful. It happened so, everything was so easy. And I ended up getting my hips replaced one day. It was like 6 or 7 hours. And then stayed in the hospital for a week. And then after that week, my wife said, let's ask the doctor if we can go to Paris. And we're in Belgium. We're in Ghent, Belgium. And so we ended up, I asked the doctor, I said, so what do you think about me going to Paris? And he's like, why not? I'm like, okay. They're so casual over there. And this is a week. I was 14 days. I was a week in the hospital, then I took a week and they put you in a motel where they come and visit you and replace all your bandages and stuff. And so I ended up 14 days, and we got to get on the train with all our luggage and head to Paris. And it was the most remarkable experience in the sense of it's very easy for them. They have a different attitude than we do here in the United States about their operations and stuff, and so it wasn't a big deal. Over the course of time of looking at stuff in the United States, I mean, they wanted me to do replace one hip, then wait 6 months and let it heal, do all this therapy, and then do the other hip. And I'm in Europe, it was like, yeah, we'll do both hips one day. And when I left for Paris, I'm like, so what about, I asked the doctor, I said, so what about my therapy? And he says, do your exercise. And I said, well, what if I have issues? He goes, send me your x-rays. He goes, go have fun. He goes, you won't see me again. And that's 2004 to now. That's plenty of time and I have not had one issue with my hips. And so I'm trying to get this out to anybody who's having knee replacements, hip replacements. If they need any kind of information from me of what I went through, I'd be glad to talk to them. So I'm going to put a link at the bottom of the video here, and then write in comments. You can take and friend request me on Facebook or whatever, and then any information I have, I'll be willing to share. And also, I need to make this point. This was insane. I knew people in Salt Lake, orthopedists. We had a family friend. He was going to give me a break, and total cost was $75,000 for both hips, with prosthetics, everything. Belgium, same thing. They quoted me $28,000, but then at the end, after I had the operation, I was home a couple months. I got a check in the mail from them for like $3,000 that they hadn't used at the hospital. So it was funny because it was they sent me a refund check for $3,000, and so we're talking $25,000 as opposed to $75,000. Huge difference. Huge difference in several ways. Money, time that I was down, the way that they do the whole operations here is just, to me, ludicrous. So it's worth me getting this information out to people, just so if I can and help people, it's worth doing. So let me know. Hello, dear.